Hi everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. Today I'm making blueberry sour cream pie. And it's made using the flaky pie crust recipe that's on a separate video. Start by rolling out pie dough and place it in a 9-inch pie plate. This is an open face pie, so you will only need enough for the bottom. You will just shape it into the bottom of the pie plate and trim the edges like this. Then set it aside while we make the blueberry sour cream filling. Now you can use fresh or frozen blueberries. Either way, start with 2 cups of blueberries. And since I'm using frozen blueberries, I'll dust them with 1/8 cup of flour just to keep them from bleeding. But the frozen blueberries also add a little extra moisture, so the extra little bit of flour helps to keep it thick enough as well. If you're using fresh and firm blueberries, you wouldn't have to do this step. Now on with the rest of the recipe. Add 1.5 cups of sour cream to your blueberries. Next, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then 1 cup of sugar. Then add 1/3 cup of flour. This is separate from the flour you used to dust the blueberries at the start. Then crack open 2 large eggs into a separate bowl and mix them together really well before adding them to the mixture. Once your eggs are well beat together, you add them to the mixture and then stir with a large spoon. And just stir by folding the mixture on top of itself. You don't want to crush the blueberries, because you want the berries to be well defined in the pie and for the filling to remain a cream color. I think it not only looks good when you do this, but I think it helps with the flavor as well because the flavors are separately defined. So just mixing it enough to make it mix together, and it's looking pretty good right now, so I think it's time to pour it into the pie shell. So we'll just pour it in like this, using the spoon to scoop out all the rest, and then level off the top to make it nice and even. And by using the spoon to spread it around like this, I try to make sure that it has an even distribution of all the blueberries, but also to make sure that the cream mixture is pulled away from the sides a little bit and that it doesn't overflow the pie. And then I take a fork and I anchor the sides like this to help prevent some shrinkage, but it also gives a little bit of a nice effect. So then I place it in a 350-degree oven for approximately 30 to 45 minutes. And I can't wait for this to be done. It is so good. So check the pie in about 30 minutes, but I think it's going to take between 40 and 45. And this pie will only lightly brown on top. And if you shake the pie gently, it should have very little to no jiggle in the middle. And if you take a toothpick and insert it in the middle, it should come out mostly clean. It might have just a tiny bit of moisture on it, but then it's done. Yeah, this one's looking pretty good. And it smells pretty good too. So this is how it should look, with a little bit of brown along the edges. It'll be bubbling up just a little bit like that, but it didn't overflow the edges, so it's looking like it'll set pretty good. So set this aside in a cool place to set and cool down. And once it's cold, then you can slice it and serve it, and you'll get well-defined pieces of pie like this, and you can serve it with a little scoop of ice cream on it if you wish. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe, and thanks for watching.